Hi everyone, this is Dr. K. Thanks for watching this video. I was talking about emotional eating on one of my previous videos. I want to talk about plant-based diet on this video. There's a lot of interest in plant-based diet in the last several years. There are a lot of studies coming out that show that plant-based diet is associated with better outcomes, less mortality, less number of diseases than meat-based diet. So I want to briefly talk about alternatives with meat, especially if somebody is coming off of meat and they want a substitute that feels and smells and the consistency same as meat. There are a lot of soy-based patties and so forth that they're selling in the stores. One of the brands here in Florida is Gardein, Gardien. You can buy it in Publix and so forth. There's Beyond Meat. There's a lot of other companies that are selling soy-based products where if you're feeling attracted towards meat or if you're craving towards meat, you can use them as a substitute when you're coming off of meat. So I want to talk about vegan diet, vegetarian diet. You can use components of each one here. You can add and mix them together. So I want to talk about them each individually. So vegan diet is essentially a vegetarian diet, but doesn't have cheese or dairy in it. So it is consistence of whole grains like rice and so forth. So let me go back to why you shouldn't consume meat in general, and especially red meat. So when you're eating meat, it's concentrated calories. If you look at the old food pyramid, the meat is on the top and the plants and the veggies are on the bottom of the pyramid. So let's take the example of beef. You know, if you take 1 pound of beef, it comes from tons and tons of greens that the animal has eaten to make 1 pound of meat of beef. So if you consume that 1 pound of beef, you're getting a lot more toxins than eating 1 pound of salad. So you're accumulating toxins because you're sitting on top of the pyramid. But if you go to the bottom of the pyramid, it's less toxic. You're accumulating less pesticides, less antibiotics, and so forth. So that's why plant-based diet works in healing the body. It helps in losing weight. So going back to vegan diet, essentially no cheese or dairy. You can consume whole grains. So whole grains is something like rice, brown rice, white rice, and other grains like millets and so forth. You should also look at consuming legumes and lentils. So these have a lot of protein in them. So you can combine this with like components of veggies. So let me discuss the vegetarian diet. So veggies are leafy greens, other vegetables like tomatoes, potatoes, and so forth. You can also consume a lot of fruits. This is one of the downfalls or traps of going on vegan diet. So a lot of people who are trying to lose weight, they want to do a vegan diet, but they consume a lot of fruit. So because they have the high cortisol running through them, as I discussed in one of my previous videos about emotional eating, they get drawn to bananas, red apples, and so forth. They are still looking for the sugar surge. So if you can limit, you should eat fruits. Fruits have a lot of antioxidants like berries and so forth are really good. But you should also consume legumes and lentils, especially if you're doing vegan diet. So that's about fruits. You know, you should consume more of green apples than red apples and so forth. There's healthier versions of fruit. And soy, I briefly discussed about soy-based alternatives. So soy is a good replacement for meat, and eating grains is healthier. If you're already in this type of diet and you want to take the next step, you can consume more of a brown rice than white rice. It releases the carbohydrates slowly into the system as glucose. So as I said, you can combine this, like you can combine components of this with the vegan diet. You can combine vegetarian diet with soy-based diet. It's also vegetarian. So if you're trying to get off of the red meat and so forth, you can start this, like you can put a soy patty in the middle of bread and eat that. And why should you do all of these? As I discussed, there's heavy toxicity when you consume red meat because it's sitting on top of the pyramid, so you have more detoxification, your body releases the toxins. It also helps with prevention. So there's less chance of developing cancer, heart disease, diabetes, and all of these chronic illnesses. There is ecologically there's a better footprint. So if you're consuming 1 pound of beef, you have to consume the animals has to consume 1 ton of grass or whatever. So you're using a lot more water, you're using a lot more resources from the planet. So you save on that, and helps with body weight. So using these diets, it's very hard to gain weight. Theoretically, it helps you lose weight also. So you're getting so much fiber. The fiber retains the calories inside, and when the glucose is released, it's released very slowly in the body. So you're not getting the glucose surge and potentially insulin surge and so forth. So it helps you lose weight in the long run. So this is about plant-based diet. Feel free to ask me any questions in the comments below. Thank you for listening to this video.